Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Let's get started. And our first one comes from Known Brilliant 63-2. Am I the beehole for telling my wife that's the job you chose? I am a 32-year-old male, and my wife is a 31-year-old female. We've been together for 5 years and married for 2. We had our kid 5 months ago. For some info, my wife is a stay-at-home mom. She wanted to be a stay-at-home wife. But when I told her what she would have to do around the house, she said no. When she got pregnant, she said she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, which I figured. I did tell her that she would be the primary caretaker of our child, and that she would still have some chores to do around the house that she would need to do once she's fully recovered. For a little more info, she wanted to be a stay-at-home wife because I make a significant amount more than her. I was against it because I didn't want her to always rely on me for money. She spent her whole check while I tried to save money, so we compromised. Could keep her complete check, and I would pay all the bills, and she may do groceries or pay for something else. So now, to the story. Our son wakes up in the middle of the night a lot. I think he's scared or hungry. I don't know. If I don't have to go to work the next day, I will get him and take care of him sometimes. Even if I have to go in, I'll get him. A few nights ago, my wife had went with her friends for the first time in a while. I took care of him while she was gone. She had come in loudly and made the baby cry. I asked her, can she get him because I had a big day at work? Yes, she was still up. She said no, she was tired. I said I was also tired. We argued for a minute. I ended up going to get the baby while she went to go get some dinner. She asked, how come I only get the baby some nights but not at all, since she has to take care of him during the day? I told her, you asked to be a stay-at-home mom. You chose this. I told you that it was a 24-hour job. If you didn't know the job description, that's not my fault. She got mad and said, how was she supposed to know the job description of the job? She had never done it before. I told her he's a baby, he's gonna cry. If he hears loud noises or gets scared, that's common sense. I also told her, you also never had a job before with your first job, yet you still did it. I told her that if she wanted to go back to work, she could, and then we could split childcare 50-50. She hated that idea and got madder at me. I just ended up sleeping in the room next to the babies. So, am I the beehole for saying that? Sorry if it's long, I tried to sum it up as much as possible. Also, this is a throwaway. Edit. I work 12-hour shifts. And a stay-at-home wife is someone who is like a housewife. If you still don't know, please search it up. When I gave her chores she had to do is because she's not going to be a stay-at-home wife. Do people not know what a stay-at-home wife is, or stay-at-home mom? And do nothing but spend money. For her being a stay-at-home mom as long as the kid is alive, and the house isn't too messy, then I'm fine for now. When he starts crawling, I don't accept it to be as clean as it was when he was a newborn. Edit 2. I do parent my child. When I get home, I take him unless he's asleep. Then I let him stay asleep. But as soon as he's up, I'm doing whatever with him while my wife has a break to do whatever she pleases. Yes, some days I cook, other days we go out, and on my off days she knows she can go wherever she pleases. The reason I call her job 24 hours because as a mother or a father, it is. So she's a mother, that's her job, so yes, it's 24 hours. Ah, well, I haven't looked at the comments, but I assume the edits of the story where the OP is explaining what he does is because Reddit is doing what it does, man bad, woman good. But in this case, it sounds like she just wants you for your money, man. You mentioned it twice in the story where she just wants to stay home and spend money, and she's blowing through her check and not saving. Like, what you should do when you're raising a family, you should save money for the child. And she's over there complaining, why aren't you taking care of the kid? Because you're working. Yeah, she's there 24 hours, but she's at home in her nice warm home, and that the baby isn't awake 24/7. So when that baby's asleep, you can get some chores done. It's not hard. It's a finite area. I've done it. Everyone's cleaned up their house. And then once she's done that, she can just kick back and watch TV. Man, I would love to be a husband. I'd be so good. I'd be ripped and I'd have food ready. I'd be good. But I'm sorry. Yeah, it sounds like she's just interested in the money, man. And she probably doesn't really care much for the kid by the way she's acting. Just really sad. Um, you're kind of screwed though. You married her and you have a child with her, so and I don't see this marriage really going too far since you guys aren't on the same wavelength. And if it comes to that, I think she'd probably take you to the cleaners, man. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, you're not the beehole, and I feel bad for you because you seem to be in, between a rock and a hard place right now. But not sure what I could tell you, OP, but not the beehole. Yeah. And our next one comes from Old Possession 2612. Am I the beehole for prioritizing my mom's emotional well being after her husband died suddenly and spending Valentine's Day with her instead of my girlfriend? My stepdad suddenly passed away at the end of November, and my mom has been a nervous wreck. So, I feel like I need to cut my mom some slack, right? So yesterday, my mom called me crying and told me she's heartbroken because her friend's husband asked her for help picking out Valentine's Day presents for her friend. For more context, my girlfriend and I have been together for 3 years, and we have argued about the time spent with my family before. I'm in my mid 30s, my girlfriend is in her late 20s, and my mom is in her early 70s. She's gone through ups and downs in the morning, and I think the worst part about grief is the continuing realization that someone will no longer be there to do things with you. The same spiral happened during Christmas when she realized my stepdad wouldn't be around to put up the Christmas lights. My girlfriend and I put them up for her. My mom asked me through sniffles on the phone if I would get her a present for Valentine's Day and also take her to dinner. Now, here's the problem. Money is really tight for me right now. I overspent on Christmas presents, mostly to overcompensate for the passing of my stepdad. And if I get stuff for my girlfriend might be getting a DIY card this year. My girlfriend overheard the phone call and is now furious with me because she already knows that me getting my mom a present means my girlfriend won't get one and she won't be taken out to dinner. I asked my girlfriend if she'd be okay if I got her something small, like a box of chocolates, and took my mom to dinner on Valentine's Day. My girlfriend got really mad and called me a beehole and told me that she is tired of me taking care of my mom over her constantly and that it was okay for Christmas and Thanksgiving and even New Year's, but she feels like Valentine's Day is too much. I don't think it's too much because she's my mom and she just lost her husband. Reddit. Am I the beehole if I prioritize my mom's emotional well being over the traditional chocolates and roses and dinner out with my girlfriend? Is it cool to let my mom bask in Valentine's Day glow while my girlfriend has to settle? TLDR. Mom's husband died. She wants a Valentine's Day gift. Girlfriend might get a handmade card because I'm a broke bee. I am choosing to prioritize my mom. Am I the beehole? Edit. Sorry to clarify. I am also financially strained because of the pipes bursting in my house a few weeks ago, not just the Christmas presents. Ah, okay. I was wondering why you'd put yourself that far into debt with Christmas presents, but yeah, that's a fear of mine. The pipes bursting. This is a older place I'm at. OP. Sorry, man, but I'm gonna agree with your girl and say you're the beehole. That absolutely sucks that your mom lost her husband, and I get that. While I haven't lost a spouse or anything like that, I did lose my grandma, and yeah, it comes in waves every once in a while. I remember, oh man, she's not there. I don't get to do this anymore. I don't get to go to her house and kick it with grandma. My grandma was cool, but OP, yeah, I'm gonna say you're the beehole on this one, because you gave your girlfriend's been pretty generous and you know kind. She gave Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, and I agree with her. Valentine's Day is for lovers, and you should be taking her out. You gotta tell your mom to, you know what? You could even compromise. You could get your mom a gift, nothing big. Why don't you get your mom the chocolates and go spend some time with her on Valentine's Day, and then come back and get your girl, the present she wants. I don't know what she wants, jewelry, clothes. I don't know. And then take her out for a nice dinner. Why can't you just do Valentine's Day on with both people? And like you said, you're strained, so get your mom the chocolates, spend some time with your mom, and a be like, Mom, it's Valentine's Day. I love you. That's why I'm here. Brought you some candy, but I can't spend money. I can't buy you a present because it's a day to spend with my girl. But I'm here to spend some of the day with you, and then go out to dinner with your girl later. And OP, be careful, man. That girl can only take so much before she goes, this isn't worth it. And he wants his mother more than he wants me. I'm not saying that in a weird way. I'm just saying, you know what I mean. And I get it. I get it. That sucks when someone's gone, but the world keeps on going and she's going to have to learn to cope with it. And it's one day. You got to give your girl one day, OP. So yeah, you're the beehole, in my eyes at least. And our next one comes from Throwaway Standalone 1. Am I the beehole for refusing to go to my sister-in-law's baby shower after she refused to support me when I had a stillbirth and stole my daughter's name? 3 months ago, I, a 28-year-old female, gave birth to my angel baby, who I'm going to name Biohan. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. It's Siobhan. My husband, Dylan, a 30-year-old male, and I are still grieving her loss. We lost her due to preterm premature rupture of the membranes, and there was nothing the doctors could do to save her. My mother is Irish, and I was going to name my baby after my great auntie. We were so happy, and now we are devastated. My family rallied around us, and so did Dylan's parents, but his sister was a different story. She had been helping Dylan, but has told me I need to get over it. It had been in reference to our daughter. Wow, sorry I broke character, but wow, she could help her brother, but not her sister-in-law who lost it. Wow, okay, sorry, back to the story. Wow. My husband's sister, Claire, a 34-year-old female, just announced her pregnancy at 20 weeks and had her gender reveal on Instagram. I'm happy for her, but sad at the same time because I never got to meet my daughter. She announced that she was going to have a baby shower and sent invitations last week. When we received the invitation, it said, help us welcome our baby, Siobhan. I'm sorry, I butchered it again. I'm not going to get it right. I'm sorry. I can admit, I cried looking at the invitation. Claire and my husband's family have no connection to Ireland, or the name Siobhan. And when my husband asked her why she chose the name, Claire said it sounded pretty. And because we weren't, oh my god, what a demon, we weren't able to use it, she was going to take it first and to clarify, no, she is not naming her baby after my daughter. As much as I want to feel happy for Claire, I just can't. It feels like she's rubbing in the fact that my baby is dead in my face. And I RSVP'd no to the invite. She called me on my private number and chewed me out for being a sour bee. Wow, a sour bee. And not being happy for her and being jealous over nothing. Woo, over nothing. I feel like I should be happy for her, but I just can't. I just want my baby girl, my Siobhan. Am I the beehole? OP, you are not the beehole, and that is not a person, that is a demon. She is rubbing your deceased child in your face like that, and that's not a common name, at least to me. I don't know, do you guys say it a lot in your family? I'm not sure. But wow, and she's telling you to get over it and to stop being a bee when she's being a ghoul? OP, I'm glad you RSVP to that. Do not go to there and cut that woman out of your life. I do everything you can to cut her out. I don't know if you can, but stay away from that thing. It's a creature. That's not even human. That's a skinwalker. OP, I'm so sorry you lost your child like that, and no one should have that creature rubbing it in like that. OP, you are not the beehole, and that thing is the beehole. Oh, man, OP, I feel so bad for you. And our final one comes from Throwaway9999. Am I the beehole for not allowing my brother and his boyfriend to come on my honeymoon? I, a 25-year-old female, got married to my husband, a 27-year-old male, almost a year ago. We weren't able to afford to go on a honeymoon we wanted back then, so that's why we saved up so we could go to Hawaii for our 1-year anniversary. The trip is supposed to happen next month. We mentioned our plans to our family when my brother, a 23-year-old male, suddenly chimed in saying that Hawaii is a great idea and that him and his boyfriend will join too. I was taken aback when he said that, and I told him this isn't some random trip and it's supposed to be our honeymoon. But he said we could do a double couples honeymoon together, so him and his boyfriend can feel the experience as one as well. I told him that if he wants to feel the experience of a honeymoon, they can just go on a separate trip instead of hijacking ours, and that even if they come, but my brother went off saying that I'm selfish for not sharing this experience with him. Okay. When I know that our country doesn't allow gay marriage, and he's never gonna feel the experience of a real honeymoon, and this will be as close as he gets, and somehow my parents are backing him up as well. Well, mostly my mom, but my dad usually just goes along with her in order to avoid family conflict. Not going to lie, at this point, I feel like giving my brother the wrong location of our honeymoon, so there's no possibility of him and his boyfriend somehow hijacking it. Am I the beehole? No, OP, you are not the beehole. Because if you had the money for your honeymoon as soon as you got married, he wouldn't have been there. And just because, and also good on you guys for saving up for a year to have a nice honeymoon. So that would, yeah, that would piss me off too. Some person, if my anybody, if I was like, oh, we're going on your honeymoon with you. No, you don't get to just piggyback off our honeymoon. A honeymoon is for the married couple. That's what a honeymoon is for. And yeah, okay, that sucks you can't get married, but nothing's stopping them, like you said in the story, nothing's stopping them from just packing their bags and going to Hawaii together and enjoying their, their own honeymoon. There's nothing stopping them. Why is he doing this? Why is he just gets off on like controlling people? I don't know. Also, shame on your mom for not having your back. This is such an obvious weird thing. And OP, if you think that's the way to handle it, I agree with you. Don't want him anywhere near you because, like I said, it's your honeymoon. Tell him the wrong spot, or I just wouldn't tell him anything. I'm not telling you anything, man. You go on your own. You can do your own trip. Nothing is stopping you. So this one's a weird one. I don't get why they're so hell-bent on piggybacking off of you like that. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end of this video. Can you please do what I said in the beginning and like, comment, and subscribe? It will really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Velvet out.